Oh, I'm too tired for this right now. Hey everyone, Flat the Earth here, the internet's busiest music nerd, doing a quick review / reaction to these two tracks over here. As you may or may not know, B.o.B is an Atlanta rapper and producer, multi-instrumentalist, and he's been pretty popular on the Twitter lately because he's been launching a series of tweets supporting flat Earth conspiracy. The idea that the Earth is not round, it is flat, not a sphere, flat. Could be trolling, but he seems real devoted to the stupidity. Some people do insist to me, he's trolling, man, he's trolling. But boy is he dedicated, to the point where after saying all this stuff, let me give you a bit of the play-by-play. After saying all this stuff, tweeting all this stuff, none other than Neil Degrasse Tyson responds to him, corrects him, and then he drops a diss track. And God, is it awful, which isn't really anything new to expect from B.o.B. His music is usually incredibly mediocre. I mean, it's pretty much the reason I skipped his last full-length album. But this track in particular is a beauty. The beat is okay. There's nothing really wrong with the instrumental here. And B.o.B.'s flow and delivery are mostly on point. He's not really the best lyricist or rapper in the game, but he certainly has a bare minimum of talent when it comes to that. But the lyrics on this thing are absolutely god-awful in their reasoning. B.o.B paints this picture of himself as if saying all this stuff about the flat Earth and oh, if the Earth's round, how come the sun? All these stupid harebrained conspiracy theories that can be debunked by just not only just simple observation and reason and logic, but very basic science. I will actually link to a great video down there in the description box where fellow YouTuber Armored Skeptic sort of debunks some common flat earther arguments. It's pretty funny, it's pretty entertaining. But he seems to think that because he's being so willfully dumb that he's like a revolutionary, comparing himself to Malcolm X. Like he's really fighting the man by saying this stuff. To what end? The Earth being flat and we need to be lied to and told it's round. I don't know who wins out or makes money off of that. Not really sure. Then he goes on to say in his lyrics, NASA's under the umbrella of the Department of Defense. Just think about that one. Not exactly sure why he thinks that's a smoking gun. Then we have him mentioning a Mason conspiracy in the lyrics. He's really drinking the Illuminati Kool-Aid here. Definitely on some New World Order stuff. He should have done a feature on the new Megadeth record. He would have fit right in. There's another moment where he's talking about the corniest part. Do I have a voice? Do I have a voice? And then he says he's gonna roll up a joint. Hey, kids, listen. Doing drugs does not necessarily mean you're making good music. Just pointing it out. Then he goes on to reference David Irving in the lyrics, known conspiracy theorist who thinks like the Jews run the world. I mean, if I wanted to hear that stuff, I would go on the poll board on 4chan. And then he mentions that Stalin was worse than Hitler. And I mean, in a sense, he was. He killed more people than Hitler, but that doesn't make the Earth flat, and that doesn't make David Irving right. It was one thing for B.o.B to be saying the stuff that he was on Twitter about the Earth being flat and so on and so forth. And a lot of people seem to think that I'm just being mean to him. I'm just being a jerk. Just let him think the Earth is flat, man. Just let him. Who's he hurting? Technically, he's not hurting anyone directly, but clearly this runs much deeper than just the Earth being flat for B.o.B. You know, this is way more than him just being too dumb to apply the simple reasoning that it would take to realize, oh, well, I don't know, can you just dig through the Earth? I mean, you've got money. Can't you just like travel to the edge of the Earth if you wanted to? Can't you take a plane to the edge of the Earth if you felt like it? Who lives next to the edge of the Earth? Who's closest to the edge of the Earth? This is beyond that. He clearly thinks there's like, you know, some crazy conspiracy, just like everybody's trying to control his mind and he's just fighting against that. Obama's trying to control him, the government's trying to control him, it's NASA, it's the Masons, it's the Jews. So yeah, he's super paranoid and super stupid. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson's nephew puts out a response track, Flat to Fact. Very witty title. Of course, he finds himself over an instrumental that is akin to Drake's Back to Back. Tyson brings a flow that is very much like Drake's on that track too. He even kind of matches him in references sometimes, like with Charlemagne of the Breakfast Club fame. Clearly he's borrowing from Drake very heavily on this response track. I wonder how much of a rapper he is or how devoted to the game he is, because he doesn't really have a strong flow or delivery. I mean, B.o.B, you can't take away that he has at least some style and some attitude. Tyson kind of lacks that, though I do hear a little bit of KRS-One in his voice. But what he doesn't have in style, he makes up for in common fucking sense. You know, all I gotta say about this is that neither track is good. Just as like a song, I won't be returning to any of these tracks anytime soon. However, I will say thank God for the internet, because if not for the internet, our musical celebrities would probably be back in an age where there are gatekeepers and there are PR people involved in every facet of their life, making sure that they don't make complete idiots of themselves in front of the public. And now that we have places like SoundCloud and Twitter, people like B.o.B can get on there and say all the dumb shit he wants for our entertainment. So again, thank God for the internet, because it lets people like B.o.B just get on a pedestal and just smear shit all over his head, as we just have kind of a collective giggle over it. So, good. Transition. Have you given these tracks a listen? Are you pro-flat earth? Are you pro-spherical earth? Let me know. Anthony Fantano, B.o.B, Tyson, forever.